When a talking point replaces science hello, I am Dr. K. Paul Stoller. Have you noticed something curious? Whenever the subject of vaccines and autism comes up in the news, you hear exactly the same sentence. Not almost the same. The same. There is no evidence vaccines cause autism. No quotation, no attribution, no explanation, just there is no evidence. I've heard it repeated by television anchors, newspaper reporters, radio hosts, and online journalists over and over again. That made me wonder, are they reporting science or repeating a talking point? Science depends upon precise language. Journalism often prefers simple language. Those two goals are not always compatible. Consider the difference between these two statements. There is no evidence, and the current body of evidence has not established a causal relationship. Those are not the same sentence. One implies the evidence does not exist. The other says the evidence has been evaluated and interpreted in a particular way. Science lives inside those distinctions. Imagine a journalist reporting on nutrition. There is no evidence diet influences heart disease. No scientist would write that sentence. There is evidence. Some studies agree, some disagree, some are stronger than others. Science then weighs the quality of that evidence. Or imagine someone saying, there is no evidence exercise improves mental health. Again, that would not be an accurate description of scientific literature. The debate would be about the strength of the evidence, not whether evidence exists. What concerns me is not disagreement. Science advances through disagreement. What concerns me is when complex scientific questions become compressed into slogans. The public is no longer invited to understand the reasoning. They're simply handed a conclusion. Trust us, move along. That isn't how science is supposed to work. Journalism has a responsibility. Journalists don't need to agree with every hypothesis. They shouldn't. Their responsibility is different. Their responsibility is to describe the evidence accurately. If a scientific consensus exists, say that. If large epidemiological studies have reached similar conclusions, say that. If other published evidence is considered weak, inconsistent, or unpersuasive, say that too. But don't tell the public. There is no evidence because words matter. The difference between science and public relations. Public relations speaks in certainty. Science speaks in probability. Public relations says the matter is settled. Science says this is where the evidence presently points, and here is why. Those are profoundly different conversations. One invites thought, the other discourages it.
This isn't really about vaccines. It's about whether we still know how to talk about science. If journalists begin replacing careful scientific language with institutional talking points, they don't strengthen public trust. They weaken it. If Mr. Rogers were still with us, he might ask, "Can you say COVID?" Eventually, someone discovers that reality is always more nuanced than the slogan they were given. And once people lose confidence in the language, they begin losing confidence in the institutions using it.
The goal of science has never been certainty. Its goal has always been a more accurate approximation of truth. That requires something increasingly rare, precision. So perhaps the next time you hear someone confidently declare, "There is no evidence," pause for a moment. Ask a simple question. What exactly do you mean by evidence? Because that question is where real science begins.